Ladies and gentlemen, whether you like it or not.
It's going to be a very boring Flubs, I apologise.
Things I do for your show.
Things I do for my show.
Don't die, Teddy. You haven't got your will written yet.
I insist, Teddy, that you, for the sub menu, you wear this hat.
When did you get a captain's hat?
Tricorn hat. Actually, I'm not sure. I found it in the editing room. I was going to get rid of it, and I was like, I should really add this to the pile of costumes, because that's awesome.
I'm pretty sure you've had that for quite some time.
I have. I don't know where I got it, though.
It's too small
Oh, it's a minion hat.
for my awesome head.
Do we think we have one?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Sneeze. That.
It sounded like you were road testing a bizarre new minion voice.
I am Lord Helmet.
You are not Lord Helmet. It's also Lord Buckethead.
I was referring to Spaceballs.
And I'm referring to the probable and should be future Prime Minister of this country.
It's an absolutely brilliant, knockoff Jason Voorhees thing you've got going on. Although Jason Voorhees never used a chainsaw in any film, but he had a metal mask.
The fact that you can say that with such certainty off the top of your head is kind of impressive.
He only had a metal mask in Jason X. So it's very simple. Actually, I'm pretty sure Jason Voorhees might not have ever used a chainsaw.
Mistress, we can't keep holding Dominic Raab back. He wants to discuss the trade deal between Afghanistan and the United Kingdom after Brexit. We're the only country that has any chance of signing an agreement in the world. You've got to listen to him. Come on, please. He's annoying me. He keeps getting at me again and again. Oh.
It's a boring conversation anyway. This film was terrible. I'm really glad you didn't have to watch it for notes. This is actually, Flubs, a rare episode of Hagen. It's a review that I did not take notes for. I wrote it while watching it for the first time. And B, actually, someone else did notes for me without me being involved, and that was Creature SH, the Photoshop Vizier. He watched it separately and, sent me notes just because, well, he had thoughts on the film as well.
Yay, Creature. Because me and Colin have been together, what? Nearly 12 years now?
Forever.
Long time.
Holy shit, we've been together 12 years.
A long
This makes it all the more painful when you eventually divorce.
Never!
time. Oi, you want me to tell her?
Colin's gonna marry Chi.
That's not legal yet, but in due course.
Fetch the chainsaw!
Now for this one, Nicola, will you do the screech?
So next is the big sub thing.
Sub. Sub. I'm supposed to come in at some point.
That's what I was literally doing.
Oh.
Yeah, you give her like 4 subs and then walk in.
That's
Yeah.
a bit too quick, though.
I had sub in.
Starts in the the voiceover.
Yeah, I had sub in voiceover as well. Like being in this film for longer than 30 seconds. Okay.
Okay, so that is supposedly a fake worse than death.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Fill it next time.
Oh.
Sub.
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 Sub. Oh, sub.
Great, now I've lost track. Count. God fucking damn it. Fill it next time! Does that work, Colin?
Yeah.
Shall we do one more take?
Yeah.
Colin sounds very disappointed with the take. It must be good.
Yeah.
Like you're not sure if you're sad or mischievous depending on the take.
Pretty much.
Sub, 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 sub.
Sub.
Sub, sub, sub.
Sub, 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 sub.
Sub, 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 sub.
Sub, 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 sub.
Sub.
Oh, sub.
Sub, sub.
Sub?
Sub.
Sub.
Sub, sub. Sub, 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 sub. And great, now lost count.
Your hat fell off.
Yes, it did.
When did that happen?
What happened in the shot?
Oh god.
Ah, mistress. It's important that I discuss this with you. You've been putting it off too long.
No.
I'm sorry, I'm going to go
No.
on anyway. Dominic Raab has been getting in touch about the Brexit deal that we've been talking about. You know, the way Afghanistan's the only country who can rationally have a trade deal after Brexit. He keeps on returning my calls, and we're not getting back to him. He's almost getting a little desperate. I don't know why. Anyway, shall we talk about... Oh, jeez! What in God's name was that? Oh, I think I'm going to sit down. Oh.
Did you mean to do that whole spiel with your mask up?
No.
I'm Amanda Hagen, and I have to live with that every day.
Honestly, I was expecting this recording to take a lot longer.
Well, it's only 11 pages, and when we have to, we can get things done pretty quickly.
Huzzah! Because it's only 1:05. Well, I'm not going to complain. It gives me more time to play some video games before we go